Hello Cancer, welcome back to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, if you're new, I hope you enjoy the reading. This will be a general life reading for your sign. I've already shuffled and laid out the cards. This will be covering a period through January and maybe even a little bit longer. Just take it as you need to. We have got at the moment 5, 12 and second house. So now coming up on the 5th house, we have got Mercury retrograde coming in for you. Now we have got a Mercury retrograde occurring now in the January period. So this will be happening from the 14th of Jan to the 4th of Feb. And it starts out in Aquarius at 10 degrees and it moves backwards into Capricorn to 24 degrees. So Capricorn is at an angle to Cancer, so I expect things will kind of build up as the time goes on as we move into February. So that is point number 1. And then point number 2, we have a very important full moon which is going to be happening in Cancer in your sign at 27 degrees. It will be square Pluto in Capricorn, so the inner and the outer, the home and the external, you know what you're aiming for. But Pluto is always about things coming up, things or cycle shifts. And then at the same time, so that's on the 17th of Jan, and on the 18th of Jan, just the day after, Uranus goes direct in Taurus. So I feel there's going to be something fairly important which will occur at that time, or you're going to have to go through some sort of restructuring of your home situation and your external, or what your aspirations are. But with Uranus going direct, something that has been on hold may suddenly be moving forward as well. But just bear in mind that Mercury is retrograde, and we also have got a void of course moon. So I feel that for you, there's going to be a period of some things will be on hold to give you time to go within, and then other things will, certain aspects will start to move forward depending on what it is that you come up with during those periods when it's on hold. Okay, so we've got the 5th house coming up for you. The 5th house is all about your passions, what you're passionate about. It can be a love affair. And if you want to stay on for the love reading, that will be happening straight after this reading. There is a timestamp below if you want to do that. You can jump ahead. So the 5th house can be about that, a love affair, or anything that you're passionate about. It can also be about, if you're involved in the an industry which is to do with like entertainment, or possibly stage work or performance of some kind. Something like that may come in, but it's also very much about creativity. So this is any creative adventure, or any creative things that you may be involved in, or it could be your brand, your originality, your individuality, your particular brand of creativity. It's also to do with children. So this could be your children, or it could be children that you are associated with, that you're involved with. It's also about recreation of all kinds. So this can be any kind of activity which is recreational or fun or pleasurable for you. In some cases it can be a sport, but it can also be a club thing. But it's usually about having fun. Whatever is pleasurable and enjoyable for you falls in under the 5th house. It can sometimes be about risk-taking as well. Taking a risk of some sort, but getting out and about, enjoying yourselves, and then having fun as well also comes into the 5th house. Now we do have as I said, at the bottom we've got a Mercury retrograde coming in, and then at the top you've got Bast independent. So what this is saying is that in some aspect in the 5th house, it's going to be better for you to be in an independent frame. Now, whether this is a physical independence, moving on into something in your own way, or whether it's to do with your opinions or your ideas, but it could also be about arranging time for yourself to have fun, to go off and do things that make you happy, things that light you up and that you enjoy doing, whether it's a physical activity or something else. It could even be a handcraft, It could be joining a theatre group, you know, whatever it is. But it's saying that this independence is important. Your independence is a foundation for your strength and success. So apply it as needs be in this fifth house. It could even be that a child of yours needs to become independent now. Or some, you know, you can apply it to your situation with your children. Perhaps they're growing up now, and this may be now your signal to be a little bit more independent, to have more fun, to do more things which are self-related or self-care related. All of these things come in. It can also indicate, you know, that a cat, bringing a cat into the home or having cats in the home can be very beneficial, especially if you've got children, because they are the masters of independence. Okay, so now with the Mercury retrograde underneath, what is this saying? That there's some sort of reinvention which is required in this fifth house. Now this could be you, as I said, coming out of a period where you've been very quiet, or your, as I said, your children have grown up and left home, or you may be coming out of a love affair, or you may be just getting out and doing more things for yourself at this time. And so that's why the reinvention comes in. So anything with a re in front of it, when Mercury goes retrograde, so as I said, 14 Jan to 4 Feb, this can indicate a period where it's time to go within. Now, what I feel it's doing is that it's going to help you to restructure what is important for you, what is important from a development point of view for yourself. So you could be developing your creative skills, you could be formulating plans, or you could be looking at ideas, or you could be working, you know, going to launch a project. You may just be thinking about things, going within. It can also be, as I said, a period where it's like back to the drawing board. It could also be that some aspect of this house just hasn't worked for you in the past, and now you need to go back to the drawing board to have a look at it again, because you're going to come up with a better plan during this period. The Mercury retrograde is normally a 3-week period, and there's a little bit of a shadow before and a bit after. But what it's a wonderful time to go within, to actually come up with a better plan, or to look at whatever it is that you're trying to do again, because something in there may have been overlooked, or hasn't been looked at correctly, or the details haven't been accessed correctly, or there could have been what is perceived as a mistake, or something gets bungled, you know, or there's a delay. Sometimes that can come in with Mercury retrograde. So what it is, actually, it's a pause. It's a time to go within and to look at the thing again. It's not a good time to be making big sort of moves with regards to purchasing, or to making big actions, big initiations. This is a preparation period for the action, okay? So it's a time to go within and actually formulate how you're going to do it, and spend time on that. But you will come up with a much better plan on the other side of this. So anything with a re in front of it, reinvention, repeat, revise, redo, relocate, could even come in with this. Relocate does come in. It's coming with the 8th of summer, so that is a strong possibility for you. It could also be that you are changing something in your environment, and you just need to rethink it, or go over it again, or there's a delay. And once that period has passed, then you'll be able to move forward. It could also, as I said, be applying to either a love affair or to your children. They may be going through this. They may be wanting to do something, and there's just a little bit of reformulation required. Or it could be your attitude to them going on and into their lives, you know, something to do with that. So just apply it to your situation. Now, we've also got the 12th house coming in. The 12th house is everything in the unconscious, and I feel these two are strongly linked, because this is about moving forward into a more independent phase, whether this is in thought or opinion, or the fun time that you're having, and this could be independent of a love affair, you know, somebody that you're involved with, or it could be separation from your children, they're going off and you're going to go and do your thing, however it is, or it could just be that you need to arrange more time. But this is something that's coming into the 12th house. This is an unconscious situation where this is your motivations, your behaviors, your desires that are underneath, that haven't perhaps been fully expressed, or they are in it's a dream that you have. It could even be like something that has been in your life for a long period of time. It could be a habitual behavior that you have. It's now time to move past that and outgrow it. In some cases, it can also be like a retreat or a withdrawal, which may come in with the Mercury retrograde. This is a time for thinking and planning and dreaming and formulating something. So I feel this is to do with the 12th house as well. This is something that's very deeply embedded in you. The 12th house is, the unconscious rules about 90% of our lives. So this can really drive behaviors and complexities and also motivations. It can also be to do with aspects of your life which are very karmic. Now, this can be a position that you have in life. It could be a job that you do, or it could be a love-related situation. It could be somebody that you have been with at this time, like a bond or a bonded situation, or it could even be a person that is considered like a soulmate or somebody that you have a deep bond with. Now, this can be a friend or a family member or a partner, whatever the situation is. It can also be about a karmic situation, which is perhaps like generational trauma, or it could be an aspect of where you have been living your life up until this point, and you're going to evolve past that, but you have to go into the depths first. There's healing required here, often with the 12th house. Healing can come in externally from a facility or from some other like a spiritual source. Or a healthcare facility, whichever, take it as it resonates, or it could be, like going within from meditation or doing a retreat of some sort, anything to do with that. It can also be to do with addictions of all kinds. Now, this can be any kind of addiction. It could be substance, it could be addiction to drama, or an addiction to a situation in your life which you just have been unable to get away from, or you want to just end it and move on now. There are many ways that this can apply. But there is some kind of surrender involved here, and we've got surrender here as well. So I feel with Pluto at the bottom, you've got Pluto at the bottom, and then you've got Isolde at the top. Now, Isolde is normally associated with the moving on from a love situation. Usually that is how it is applied. But it could be some other kind of karmic situation. It could be related to an old friendship or an old way of life, or something that has been in your life, a structure or a something that you've been involved in, something that is a situation that you've been involved in is now changing and evolving. And this is saying that undying love, it says the love you have shared is eternal regardless of the situation. In some cases, this could be somebody that has passed on in your life. They've passed from this life into another. It could be the love that you've had for them, or you could be thinking about somebody that has passed from your life. It could have been a relative or a partner, or however it applies. But Isolde is saying that whatever love, whatever effort, whatever time and energy you put into that relationship, whoever that may have been, or to that situation, all of that gets recorded, okay? That goes into the Akashic records, and it stays there permanently. So don't think that whatever effort, time, energy, love, whatever you put into that just disappears once that person or that situation leaves your life. That's not the case. It gets recorded there. It's a wonderful, goes into a wonderful library of knowledge, and it stays there. It's always going to be there. And others can access that as well from a learning perspective. So whatever you've been through, whatever you've overcome, or whatever you've learned from your life, or from this situation, or from this person, or whatever it is, gets recorded, and others can tap in and they can get guidance and learn from that as well. So don't think that any knowledge that you've gained that is stored is just of no use and was a waste of time. Don't ever think that, okay? So life is a learning curve. That is why we are here. And so everything we understand and come to terms with is part of God learning as well, all right? About every situation, whatever it may be, every nuance is recorded, okay? So now with the Pluto here, transformation, this is about transformation. So I feel you are letting go of a situation or a person in your life, whether they are with you or not. You're letting go of a situation. You're transforming something here. And it could also be from a forgiveness point of view. You could be forgiving something, but it could also be releasing something that has been in your life, a structure or an attitude or a belief or something in your life that has been there, and you're releasing that and you're moving on now. It could even be a way of life. It could be a profession. As I said, it could be job related, it could be person related, or it could be just something that you have been living under, and it's kind of you've outgrown it now. It's time to move on. As I said, it could apply to an addiction as well. But I feel this is related to something that has been in your life in a quite a momentous way, and you're now moving past that. Pluto is often about things coming up from the deep, so you're going to have to dig deep for this. 12th house is always about that. All right, so this is about death and birth. So it may be the physical death of somebody which you are now remembering, or you're moving past, or you're getting over, or it could be the death of a situation, or a death of a structure, or something that has been in your life for some time. As I said, it could be a belief or something that you've been doing. So the death is more often than not associated with like an ego death, or some phase or cycle or part of your life falls away to make room for something else. So that's where the transformation is. It's the ending of one cycle and the beginning of another, or the letting go of something to make room for something new to come into your life. In some cases, it can be regeneration and renewal. So this could be health related as well. So gaining regeneration and renewal, but you have to let go of certain things, whether this is an attitude or a belief, or it could even be dependence on something, or it could be just moving out of a part, coming out of a part of your life which you've outgrown. So transformation, very powerful card is Pluto. It's regeneration, renewal, rebirth. It's the phoenix rising from the ashes. It's the end of the cycle and the beginning of the new one. Death and birth, but it can also be to do with sexuality as well. So take it as it resonates for you, particularly to your situation. But it's about, I feel with Isolde, it's about a kind of a blossoming, an opening up is occurring now with Isolde. She is often saying that the love you have shared, or the effort and the time and everything that you put into that is there, it's recorded there, but it's time now to open yourself up to new things. So this could be moving out of a very closed and retreat type of phase into a more social phase, or meeting more people, or getting out, or you are leaving behind an aspect of your life and you're moving forward into something else now. And this is echoed by the 8 of summer. So you're leaving something behind, or you're closing a door on something and you're moving forward into something else. And this is kind of a blossoming. It says spend time in the floral kingdom, or amongst flowers, or in nature. You've also got Maui, which is very much about that. Connect with nature. It's a wonderful healing resource anytime. It could just be gardening. It could be tending to flowers on your balcony if you don't have a garden. Whatever you can do. Spend time amongst the flowers in nature, and be open to this blossoming. Be open to this opening up. Actually coming in, it's almost like getting your mojo back, or reclaiming your power, and opening up to the wonders of life again. And it's kind of a blossoming, and it's a welcoming of new life, new love, new everything into your life. It's a kind of an opening up. But as I said, there may have to be a sort of a surrender. You may just have to surrender something at this time in order to go through that process. Now we have got 8 of summer here. So it's saying the desire for a more meaningful life, realizing that it's time to move on, choosing to make major life changes. So however you want to apply this, this is saying that you're ready. You're packed, everything's ready, you're ready to make this change. You're ready to let go of whatever it is and move on. And it's something that's important that you need to do. This is a transition. It's a cycle change that you're going through. And whether it's purely internal or external or both, just apply it as you need to. But it's saying that there's more for you out there. And it's time to move on now, and time to open up to new possibilities and get your power back, or whatever it is, move on. It could be a physical change, as I say, a relocation, or just changing a profession, or something that you're leaving behind and you're moving forward into now. But it's saying that it's a major life change, something that's important, something that has been in place for some time, and it's time to let it go now and move on. We have also got integrity, so make sure that you do this, whatever it is that is occurring here. Bring in the integrity and look after yourself. Put yourself first in this regard, and do everything with love and integrity for yourself, for your own particular development and growth in life. And I'm quite sure that this will be a it will be a transition that you go through. Yes, we all go through them, but it's your attitude and your belief around how to make that transition, and your optimism and your willingness to make the change that makes all the difference here. You may have had a lot of responsibilities, in your life with various things that have gone on. It's now about coming into this slightly more independent, more fun-loving, or a change of pace, or as I said, or it could be your children, but it's about, you may have had the responsibility of, or borne the responsibility of a lot of things, and it's now time for a change or a shift. And if you're a young person, you're now moving off into your own life, perhaps you're going away to study or something like that, or you're going into a new job and you're now leaving home, then do it with integrity, and also bring in the responsibility as well. Be responsible for your actions, which is the 12th house, be responsible for where you're going in your life, and managing your energy is very important. Okay, now we've also got here the Princess of Autumn. So this is a very it's about learning. It's a learnership kind of an energy. So she's surrounded by books and libraries and so on. So studious, responsible, cheerful, mischievous. So this could apply to a child that you have, or this could be you, or one or either of you could be needing to bring this in. But it says here, happy news about your career, promotions, or scholarships. Well thought out plans that go perfectly, needing a little push to get going. Okay, so this is where the Mercury retrograde comes in, and also the void of course moon to some degree as well. Both of these cards are about going within to actually formulate. It's not about action. This is not about action, and neither is this. Okay, this is about going within to formulate and to come up with exactly what it is you need to do, and perhaps to go over things again, because there's some refinement. Again, there's that coming in, refinement. There's some refinement that is required here. Okay, so this is where this is coming in. It's about time to do that now, because it's going to help you to move forward into this wonderful new opportunity. Well thought out plans that go perfectly. Happy news about your career, promotions, or scholarships. And then needing a little push to get going. That's going to come in with the solar eclipse. So you just have to open your mind to it and be prepared. As I said, your attitude and your belief is going to determine everything here, and how you go about it. Be determined. You may have to study further. As I said, if you're just a young person moving out into your own life, that is the case. But it could also be that if you are older and you've been in a career, or you've had a karmic path from your career point of view, that may be ending now, and you're now going into something new, and you may have to study a few things, or try new things in order to move forward at this time. With the void of course moon, sometimes this can be that saying that something that you're worried about is not going to actually come to pass. All right, so bear that in mind. The other aspect of void of course moon is saying that you may feel that you've missed an opportunity, or that something, you need to fix something, you need to dive in to sort something out, because you kind of overlooked it, or something happened and you got distracted, or whatever the case may be, and you want to go in and fix it, and it's saying it's not the right time. Normally the void of course moon is about a week, or maybe a few days, depends on how things go here. But as I said, you've got the Mercury retrograde, so this is very much about a pause and a planning, and this is about the same thing. It's rest, dream, plan, meditate. Wonderful time under void of course moon. And then once the shift comes, then you can move forward, because you're ready. You've done your preparation, you've gone within, and don't worry about the outcome. There will be time to sort out whatever it is that perhaps you need to sort out. The opportunity will come, but this is a time now to prepare. That's basically what it's saying. Now, having said that, we have got the second house as well. So second house is about normally income, your monetary situation, but it can also be income from other sources. It can also be about your talents, what you came into this life with, your inherent talents and abilities and skills. So what you've got. And then it's also about material things and the ownership of that. So that can be to do with what you own. This can be houses, property, cars, any material possessions. It's also about your value system, so what you value. So for many, this can be your family, this can be your independence, this can be having your downtime, your fun time. It can also be what you value in others, but also what you value in yourself. More importantly, what you value in yourself. And that may be changing in regards to what we've already discussed. Okay, so what are your value systems? How are they changing at the moment? It's also about your self-worth. So that's why I say what you value in yourself, your talents, your skills, your ability, and it may be attached to income. Your worthiness may be attached to that. And if it's connected to a position that you've held in life, which is now changing, your worthiness may have to be changed again, because what that structure that's been in your life is now moving, leaving you, and you're now going into another thing. And so, your worthiness has to have a little bit of a rethink or a reinvention, as I said. So now it can also be to do with your security, and that's attached to your possessions and your income and so on. It could also be very much related to property, real estate. It could be a profession for you, but it can also be to do with land, perhaps purchasing land or moving onto the land or relocating to somewhere that is more country, something like that. We've got here solar eclipse revolution underneath. Let's wait for the car to go. And then we've got Una Easy Does It. So with the solar eclipse, this is going to press you into the present moment. Okay, so some sort of upheaval or shift or change comes in. Now, it could strike quite quickly, and then you've got to deal with it. But as I said, your attitude and your belief and your willingness to change or to tackle whatever that is that this brings in is going to determine how smooth this transition will be. You're in a transition here. So solar eclipse can be a little bit of a jolt initially, but then once you find your feet, you'll be okay. You've just got to go through that process, and it's a kind of a self-mastery. That is what the solar eclipse is always about. Self-mastery of your emotions, your attitude, your beliefs, and your optimism, and your willingness to make changes. Okay. In some cases, it can be really a change of direction, like an epiphany or a real turning point with the solar eclipse. But it can also be something that you need to dive into, fix, change, or create something better. But with these two cards about preparation, this may occur after the jolt or before. Everybody's going to be different, but there's going to be some preparation involved before you launch yourself fully into this. But this is going to force you into the present moment. It's going to force you to look at things that are right in front of you to be dealt with right now. Okay, so some sort of shift or change, but you're going to be able to go in to fix, change, or create something better. All right, and that's very much about the Mercury retrograde. As I said, back to the drawing board. Go back, look over it again. Look over everything with a fine-tooth comb, because there may be some details that have been missed, or there could be some communication mishaps as well. Emails get lost, or something that you say gets misunderstood. That can happen with Mercury retrograde. So go over your communications very carefully, because you're relaunching something, whether it's yourself or some aspect of your life. Now, with Una Easy Does It, it says there's no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. So take that on board. Whatever it is, if you're starting a new business or a new way of life or something new for yourself, it's saying that you may have to ease yourself into it slowly. So start part-time, or start on a smaller scale, and then it will move into a bigger scale, whatever it is that's for you in the second house. But she's saying that any cause or anything that's close to your heart, that anything that's important to you takes time, devotion, and effort. All right, and so it's a steady card. Easy does it. Work one step at a time, and you will get where you need to be with this. But don't rush it, and don't try and force things. There's some planning and preparation required here. We've also got Maui Mother Earth. You are called upon to help with environmentalism. So the earthiness came in with the second house. It could be that environmentalism is an interest of yours. If that's the case, you need to follow something in that. But it could also be that you can support organizations who are busy with that. But it is also about grounding. And I feel with the 12th house and with this Pluto transformation and the solar eclipse, you're going to need to ground yourself quite well. And this is why you need to spend time in nature, or to have cats around you as well. They will help you with that. Ground yourself. Spend time in nature. Walk with your feet on the earth, and do grounding techniques. There's plenty of things on YouTube that you can do, but it is also about getting your hands in the soil. Now this could be gardening, as I said, with the Isolt, with floral things, or planting a garden, or balcony gardening, whatever you can do. Grow your own food. You could also be moving onto a plot of land, or looking at land, or something to do with another real estate change, some sort of relocation, which can come in, as I said, with the 8th of summer. It can be relocation or a job change. So, but Mawu is saying, clean up your environment, clean up your home, clean up where you are, get rid of toxic things, things that trigger you, things that are bad for you and bad for the earth. Get rid of all of that and focus on living a healthy and happy and grounded life, and get your hands in the soil, connect to Mother Nature and connect to the earth, and that will help you to formulate what it is that you need to do to move forward now. Okay, Cancer, I hope you enjoyed that. Please take care, and if you want to stay on for the love reading, that's following shortly. Otherwise, take care, and I will see you next time. Hello, Cancer. Welcome back to your love reading. If you're new, welcome. I hope you enjoy the reading. This will be for you and your person, your significant other, your special someone, whether you're only just meeting them, or whether this is you're regenerating, or you're already with somebody that you've been with for a while. Just take it as it resonates for your situation. But a couple of themes are coming through from the life reading as well. So if you want to go back, and if you haven't watched that, then watch that as well. That may help you to get a bit more clarity. But there are a couple of dates that are going to be coming up. I see they're going to be coming in here as well. So for the full moon in Cancer will be 27 degrees, and that's on the 17th of Jan. It will be squaring to Pluto, and that's on the 17th of Jan. And then on the 18th of Jan, you've got Uranus going direct in Taurus. So I feel that date is going to be shifting or changing certain things, or it could have a new cycle. But it's going to pull something out, I think, and it's going to give you some kind of shift between home life or personal issues and outer issues, what's going on around you. So on the 13th of Feb, we've got a beautiful conjunction between Venus and Mars, and that's falling on the Valentine's weekend. That's going to be in Capricorn, which is an angle to Cancer. But just after that, on the 16th of Feb, will be a full moon in Leo, which is really the ultimate of romance and loving energy and flirting energy. And we've got the Leo energy coming in here for you. So I feel that those dates are going to be important from your love landscape. Okay, so let's have a look. So it seems to me that in the relationship now, it could be your energy coming in here, or it could just be applying to aspects of the relationship that have unfolded already, depending on how long you've been together. But it's saying that there seems to be, I think things are going to reach a crescendo within a relationship. It could be a new one, or it could be, as I said, an existing one, which is going through a renewal of some sort. But I feel it's going to rise up. But with the Saturn energy, Saturn is saying that it could be that you have been in a sort of a restraint mode, or you could have had a lot of responsibilities, or you could have been exercising quite a bit of self-control, or it could have just been difficult times. But Saturn is always about that. Saturn is about structure, it's about foundation, and it's about the building of that. But it sometimes can indicate a tough period, or a period of growing into maturity through wisdom, through getting through difficult times. And all of that. But in some cases, it can also be to do with grounding yourself. So I feel that if things rise up into a sort of quite an emotional situation, and I'm talking about from a love and a loving point of view, then Saturn is saying make sure that you are grounding yourself, because the emotions could be quite high. But I do feel that what it is, I think the main theme is that you are leaving behind sort of a more austere period of your life, or a time when you've had a lot of responsibilities, or you've had a period where you just haven't been out there, or putting yourself out there from a relationship point of view, or you may have just been through a tough time and you're now coming to the end of that and you're having a cycle shift. So it's been a time of control or responsibility, and now you're moving forward into a new phase. Now, this could be for somebody who's not been in a relationship for a while, and they now met somebody, and they're now moving into a much more loving, or an opportunity for a loving relationship. So therefore, coming out of that period of restraint into a getting your mojo back, as it were. Or it could be, as I said, from a being in a relationship already, and that is now evolving into a different phase, a newer phase. So the Saturn energy is about gaining wisdom and hindsight and building structure and foundation, but it can also be moving on from that, coming out of a tough period and then moving on. Now we've got confidence is your key to success, new moon in Leo. So I do feel that this is about your input. I feel that this is you coming into a new phase in your life. And the Leo is a very loving, flirtatious, confident energy. But I feel it's about you gaining those qualities. So confidence is your key to success. I feel that for some of you, you perhaps haven't dated or haven't been in a relationship for quite some time. Somebody has arrived on your horizon, or there's a regeneration and renewal, whatever the situation. But it's about rising up, getting your mojo back and feeling confident. But it's also saying that this is bringing in a period where one or either of you, but probably you, is going to be looking at your best. You're going to be looking really good or very attractive to somebody else. You've turned their head, and this is a time to flirt. This is a time to really work this magic, but it comes from confidence, having confidence, okay? And so I feel that you need to build this up within yourself. You may have been in retreat mode for some time, and now you're coming out again. It's almost like a blossoming, but it comes from having confidence in yourself, in who you are, and the wisdom that you've gained and the knowledge that you've gained in your life. But it's also putting that on display, showing the world what you've got, shining your light, being in the spotlight, and not being afraid to step forward and to love and be loved. All of these wonderful energies come in with Leo. It's a very creative, loving, flirtatious, in the spotlight kind of an energy, but it's about having confidence, okay? Right, bringing that up in yourself or yourselves to rise to the occasion. Now, your divine door for the situation is this one. It says, patience, everything soon will come to light, and then you will see things will be all right. So I feel that this can also be about you working on the confidence, working on that confidence level, and enjoying the flirtatious energy, or the energy of coming out into a new relationship or a new cycle within the relationship. And if there have been some difficulties there, I think they will pass. And this is what the patience, because Saturn is a very patient sign as well, okay? Very patient, slow moving. It's about building, all right? So I feel that if you are coming into a new relationship, this is about patience and building up this relationship. But in the meantime, have fun and enjoy the emotional connection of it and the flirtatious energy, and have confidence. Build that up. It's also about having fun. Bring fun into your relationship. And this is the key word that came in. It's fun again. So I do feel it's going to be very important to focus on that, because when you focus on having fun and living in the moment and enjoying yourselves, and it's a kind of a childlike quality of having fun and living in the moment, and it's kind of a gypsy energy as well, then you get out of your own way, all right? And the seriousness starts to leave you, which is the Saturn energy as well. That seriousness starts to leave you, and when you invite fun into your life, you get out of your own way, and that gives the universe an opportunity to bring you what you need and what you want. We've also got, on your side, we've got Scorpio, and this is a very controlled energy. Scorpio, it's a very deep energy, but it's also about transformation and regeneration. So this could be you regenerating your mojo, or getting back into the swing of things, or coming back into love, all right? However that applies to you, falling back in love, or just being activated somehow from a sexual point of view, because the Scorpio energy is very much about that. It's about sex, it's about death, it's about rebirth. And the death could be the death of an old cycle that's you've outgrown now, or a period of your life that you don't need to live anymore. You've graduated from there. It's time to move on now. So it's the cycle change, all right? That is Scorpio, all about that. Or the death of some aspect of your life which just doesn't serve you anymore. And it's the coming up of that. But it could also very much be to do with this person, the rising up of the sexual nature again, almost a regeneration and renewal of that, the passion energy. It's also very much, it's got a kind of a mysterious quality to it as well. But I feel it's about connecting to that side of yourself in relation to either a new relationship or somebody who is, you're going through a regeneration and a renewal with them. But it's very much a transformative energy coming through that and activating that in you again. And this is the Divine Door. And it says 1111, which is associated with soulmates and twin flame journeys and all of that. It's to do with synchronicity and a new life, a new beginning, a new cycle. All right. So numbers and doubles, synchronicity in 2. Don't hold back your love now. Life is meant for you. So it's saying don't be so controlled that you can't move forward, or don't be afraid, because with the Scorpio energy, sometimes things can rise up from underneath, and that can be fear. All right, let go of that now. If that has held you back in the past, let go of fears or insecurities or issues around that. It's time to take the leap. To life is meant for you, so live it. Don't be afraid to live your life and have fun and fall in love and enjoy all of those wonderful qualities. Now, for your person, we've got sextile. So they are seeing an opportunity here, wonderful opportunity. They're seeing it. They're seeing the opportunity that is available in the relationship. And they're also seeing it as being able to collaborate with you, to come together, to create a harmonious energy. They want to do that, I feel. And also they may be opening a door for you. They may be opening this door to come back into life blossoming again. Communication is highlighted. And they're creating possibilities in this relationship. I feel they are doing that. That's how they're looking at it, and that's how they feel. They want to create possibilities. They see the synergy. They see the opportunity available here, and they want to welcome it and develop it. And then they've got here, this is a Divine Door, intuition, simple, complex words of pain or words that heal. You come to know truth by the way that it feels. So this person is very intuitive, and they know, they can tell. Their emotions are very clear, and they can discern between what is truth and what is not. And they're using their feelings and their intuition to guide them at this time. And I feel that is, being a Cancerian, that you need somebody who's like that. You need somebody who's intuitive and in touch with their emotions, because you are as well. But they are seeing this as an opportunity, and an opportunity to grow and collaborate. Certainly that is the case. Now, we've got opposition here, which is always about balance, okay, coming into balance. And I feel that this is, you're finding, you're going to find the balance between living a closed life and an open life, and letting go of things that have been there before and moving forward into something new. And it's finding the balance between that. And it could also be that something is coming into consciousness for you. Now, this could be the love that you have for this person, or this opportunity that is arising up between you now, or you're seeing an opportunity of some sort, but something is being made manifest. And I feel this could really be a very important love person, relationship, a soulmate or somebody like that, somebody important in your life. But you need to recognize the opportunity. You need to see it, and you need to make it conscious. This is something that you have manifested. All right. So take the leap. Go for it. Hold your vision is saying that don't let go of your dreams. This is a big yes card. It's very much a yes card. Go for it. And don't be afraid to try new things or to go for this. All right. Sometimes with the fixed energy, it can hold you back or can keep you mired in a set way of living or doing things. And you want to break out of that. You want to try new things. So it's saying try new things, but also hang on to your dream of this relationship. Hang on to that dream and keep going, because you will get there. But it's a yes card. That is the hold your vision. And then the bottom of the Divine Doors, it says nomad. The nomadic wanderer lies deep inside, so take the leap now. Don't crawl back inside. Don't crawl back and hide. Sorry. Okay, so it's saying go for it. You must leap into this opportunity and enjoy it. Have fun and bring this love and this energy into your life, and be confident about yourself and who you are, and that will give this relationship wheels. Okay, Cancer, I hope you enjoyed that. Please don't forget to like and share, or like and subscribe. And take care, and I will see you next time.